What's going on, everyone? Darkwater here, and welcome back to Airport CEO and our recreation of the Kahului Airport in Hawaii. Last time we added the commuter terminal right here, as well as our commuter stands, and things are going okay. I did add in some benches. I don't know if there's technically benches on the air side of the commuter terminal, but I do know that these benches are all black. Think you just kind of process through security and then you just exit the building. But we will see on that. What are you doing? Oh, you're waiting on people. Okay. But hopefully you guys are doing well. And let's see what we can get wrapped up today. We're going to start by taking out some of the palm trees that are just kind of down in this area, because there's no palm trees down here, because you don't want your plane to nick a tree anywhere. Get rid of the rock. This area, we're going to start by getting rid of that, and I'm going to actually pause because we need to get rid of some more odds and ends. There is a small building that runs adjacent to this, and we're going to need to figure out what we're doing with that here. Also came to the realization that this, well, first of all, the taxi jetways don't actually go that far down. It's just kind of dead ends at the building line. But some of these are concrete, some of these are asphalt. Don't know the rhyme or reason to it. This is going to go also. But there's a little bit of green space next to this little parking area. There is a smaller building that's over here. I'm going to leave that one out. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it in. It's literally that. This one's a little bit bigger. I think it's going to sit here? Here? Something like that. It's got a green roof on it, and then the surrounding roof looks like it's a red rusted roof. It looks like there's a bunch of baggage vehicle parts that are kind of surrounding it. So I think at one time it might have been a repair shop. It might still be a repair shop. I don't know. Nobody really asked me. This area is all asphalt. We'll do, yes, something like that. No, I hate that. Let's redo that, shall we? But there's a little bit of grass in between this section of asphalt and this section of asphalt, so we'll kind of do maybe this. And then there is kind of a connection point here between the two. So we'll just do this. We'll see how that kind of shakes out. Let's speed things up. And then we'll come up to at least here. And do something interesting like this, I think. Now we need to make sure we get the correct road type. So this road is asphalt. Comes to here because it's alongside the wall here, but this doesn't line up at all. Which I've got a feeling is just going to lead to chaos. Well, we'll do that. And then the building lives here, and then we'll just wrap the service road down and around. Simple enough. We'll grab the tile and kind of fill in the space. Round, that's all asphalt, that's asphalt. You are concrete. here, and you are concrete. However, this service road is asphalt, and I don't know why that is. But sure. So that's kind of our workshop building, I guess we'll call it. Seems reasonable. And then it kind of comes over. This is all asphalt. Kind of comes forward a little bit. And then right in here, there's kind of the diagonal connection point. I briefly tossed around the idea in my head of turning this into a hangar, but I think just having that as a serving as a building on its own, I think is going to be the better way to go. And there we go. We'll take a look once that gets all built in the daytime. Still pathing issues between the two terminals, but it comes and goes, and it's not like there's not a connection point. Tell you what, give me a crosswalk. We'll do a crosswalk here so people can get over. In fact, there are some trees here, and there's some trees in the middle here. Handful in between the two parking areas. And I guess we can throw some in here to blend it a little bit better than it was. There we go. In fact, give me, since it is night, give me these lights. We can drop them in here and over here. In fact, give me, apparently we need more shuttles? Buses. Give me you. There's lights along here. There's a couple lights along this street. Assuming I can actually put them. There we go. And we'll throw one over here by the security guard as well. Bus area here? No lights in the bus area. That's interesting. You know what? I'm gonna... I assume there's probably some kind of lighting for the, attached to the building. We'll throw some lights out there for the folks. So they're not just standing around in the dark. We need more buses, right? So let's buy some buses. Oh! That reminds me. Give me 3, give me another 2 service cars, why not? We did not get any police vehicles. We built the police station, we did not get the police vehicles. Out of curiosity. So you're 3, why is the shuttle and the car so separated? I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Go to the correct place where I need them. There we go. Since apparently we need baggage vehicles over here as well. I think that'll be good. So with any luck, we'll have additional buses over here soon. What is not covered? Oh, you're not covered. There you go. Okay. We do still have some issues. I assume this is because we don't have enough buses to pick up and drop off people. I think we just don't have enough places to pick up and drop off people. That might be the bigger issue. I may reassign these. Oh, no, I've got a better idea. Okay. Let's see if the buses kind of fix that. We're going to turn off that. Service cars and buses only. People are wreaking havoc. We need to deal up here today. Which means we are getting rid of all of this. This is probably going to put a dent into our money situation, because I feel like we've been making a lot of cash from GA flights. We're going to dismiss all of these guys, and we are going to eventually get some more GA stands up here. Up in this neck of the woods, there are several plane tours and helicopter tours. So they've all have their own buildings that they kind of work out of. So I contemplated briefly turning them into terminals. However, you still have to have security as well as the ability to get them from up here down to the rest of the airport. And that, I think, is going to be a lot bigger nightmare than I would even want to deal with. So we're going to just leave these as general aviation. We will build some of the small buildings that people are working out of. But we're going to leave these as GA flights. There is, however, that did not work for me. My ability to click today is not working. There we go. There is, however, I saw that there is a place for general aviation fuel. So there's another small, it's a really small fuel tank that's up here. And so I guess we're going to start, there's a public road that comes along the top here. I don't know if we're going to connect it to No, I don't want to copy it. I want to delete the fence. I don't think we're going to connect the public road to an entry or exit. Why did that not? I am having a day here. Mostly because I don't want to deal with the nightmare of passengers being stuck up here. So we will see. I'm going to just drop it to there. A little bit of issues with people getting checked in at the main terminal. 39 has been having issues a lot. But I think that's because those are just larger flights. Oh, we need to do something with 39 in the next episode or two, because that... Why is there just a random exclamation point here? It's broken and can't find a hangar. Well, that's good. We don't have a stand for it. We still have the medium hangar. This is a public road. This is a service road. That is a problem. Well, we're going to take out the hangar anyways. In fact, this can all go. I forgot. This down here is technically international. So at some point, we're going to need to fix that. This is international. These three should be international, but given the location and the way the game operates, I'm leaving this as domestic. And then these guys down here are also international. They're built so that they've got theoretically the larger gates to fit some of the larger planes. Sticking still with the medium ones. What we're probably going to end up doing is moving these seats over, dropping in passport control here, and then just call that international, and then doing the same thing on the other side. But yeah, 39 gets very behind lately. Small stand 35. I don't know which one that is. That's this guy. Are you on your way to 35? No. Why do I feel like you're stuck? I don't know. You might be broken, my friend, which might be causing this. We're just going to push you out. You can go. Okay, the bus is leaving. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, my fence is gone finally. Let's do a little bit up here today, see what we can get done. So there's a public road. This public road connects over with... This public road doesn't even have a name on it. It eventually connects up to Kala Road, which, if that name's familiar, that is the road that goes underneath the entry roads. So it's basically this one. Because the limitations of Airport CEO, this has to be a service road, which is why we're probably not connecting the public roads up here to anything, because it should theoretically connect to that one. So we'll stretch it there. You're going to move ever so slightly over. We are going to stick with the medium control tower. It looks very similar to what is actually there. We're going to put it right here. And then there's just a small road around it. Connects up like so. And then since it is a government facility, there is obviously a security fence around it. Say it comes up like that. It is dirt. The whole area up here, it looks like it's very compacted red dirt. It reminds me of like dirt from Sedona, if you're anyway familiar with Sedona, Arizona. It has the red rocks and dirt. So next to the control tower, there is a small road that comes over, it comes up and connects to the property of the Civil Air Patrol. Now, in the overhead view, this is filled with cars. And initially, I thought it was a parking lot until I went down to street level and it's all just grass. But the satellite view of Google Image just has a bunch of cars. They're gray, white, black, and red. All the same make, all the same model. And to my untrained eye from a satellite view, it honestly looks like a bunch of Teslas that are just parked there. probably just waiting to be purchased. So we've got the road that runs next to the Civil Air Patrol. We'll get that building in here momentarily. There is another fence that kind of comes along here. We'll put it right there. We will get rid of you. There's a big old tree that lives right there. And then there's a couple here. Oh, I can build there, but I can't build over here. Okay. Normally, I would cover this with the asphalt covering, but it's all just grass or dirt, as the case is. Now, immediately below the air traffic control tower is where some of the tour flights are. It looks like there's Go Fly Maui, there's the Maui Flight Academy, the Fly Maui, and the Maui Aviators that I just see offhand. And there are kind of some long hangars. So we're going to throw in some small hangars that'll probably be used, I would imagine. And we're just going to push it right up against the fence. The fence line drops down and there's kind of a parking area. We'll do 2. How much space are we going to need? Hold on. So there is a ramp there. There's another one somewhere over on the side over here. Is there a connection at the end? Yes, that's going to be interesting. Helicopter is going to end up over here. Most of this is just going to be empty space. Basically fields. Yeah, actually it is just big empty fields. So this will probably stay empty, and then the helicopter lives there. The coming off of the jetway. Hold on. There is a service road that runs like here. Not there. Basically comes up that way. You are 5 wide. So the ramp is asphalt. As you come up, it goes from asphalt to grass or dirt, as the case is. So we'll do something interesting. We'll do something like that. And then it kind of comes up, and there is a larger hangar up here that I think we're going to use for the medium hangar. So that we've got a place for the medium hangar that we took out a little bit ago. This guy needs to rotate, and it's going to end up sliding over probably to here. But we've got our first set of hangars. We're going to do a little bit of grass line 5. Is that what we've been doing? Normally what we do, I think 5 for small aircraft. Ooh. Let's hold off on that section. So we've got the first set of hangars. There are 3 rows of them. So what is that? That is 5. There we go. Actually, I want to slide these down 1 square. So taxiway, 5 and 5. There we go. Only reason why I'm moving it down a square is so that we can fit a, air quotes, parking area. So it's basically asphalt there and asphalt there. There is continuation of the fence like that. So there's a little place for, not there, places here for people to park. And I would assume there's a gate somewhere over here for people to actually get in and, you know, catch their scenic flight around the islands. And then in front of that is where we've got all of our general aviation stands. 1 and 2. We're going to do these with less space, which is not the greatest, but sure. So we'll do a strip of service road through here. You will connect down here and across, down, down, down. Okay. So, where's that road? There it is. Give me that public road, comes across. Comes right into... In fact, there is a security gate that's down here that connects to that public road. So we'll do that, we'll do that. The game's gonna freak out for a little bit because that's not connected to either a world entrance or a or connected to the rest of the service roads. But that takes care of that section. Let's grab the taxiway. Connect you all together. I'm just gonna run this straight down to there and over and down, and I don't actually know what the game's gonna do with this in just a minute. Because I don't know if the game's going to just quickly decide, hey, we're going to just start loading you up with some GA flights here. Oh, I need another run over here, don't I? We'll stick with 3. And service road. Not there. Here. There we go. Okay. Oh, this will be interesting. We'll see what the game does with that. Next to this public road, we have our fire station. So we can finally get that in place. Security, there we go. I knew I'll find it somewhere. It lives right here. But let's actually get the medium hangar in place first. And then we can go kind of off of that. So you're going to live right here. We will take the service road. In front of this hangar, it is all asphalt. I don't want this here. I want to come over one more set of 2, like that. You can connect here. You actually go to the edge of the building, and then there's a fence line right there. Where do you come from? Aha. You come over a little bit. Too far over. Still too far over. Let's go up to here, and then you come across. So let's go ahead and connect you up so that if we need medium flights to access that hangar, they can. You guys are automatically set for GA, correct? Yes. I don't have a runway set because you are still for medium aircraft only. You are set for small. I don't know how we're getting planes over there. There is this guy. So you're going to live here. The other ramp, the other direction, is going to go... I don't want it here, but... I wanted there to line up nice and neat. That needs to shift over one square. This down here is not going to end up nice and neat. It's going to just look like chaos. But the good kind of chaos, I guess. Which means we... Is that... Yeah, it's that weird concrete slash... dirt look. That's all the rage. You're going to live there, and we just need a connection point, so we'll do the same kind of thing. Just kind of a mixture of grass and asphalt. And you can just connect to out there. There we go. Okay. Planes theoretically will be able to access this. Let's drop our fire station in here. There's a fence that kind of separates the two. And you're a little forward. The public road kind of comes in, runs adjacent to it. Something like that. And then there's kind of a, small parking area. So you are fenced in. That fence just stops. Oh, no, that's not a fence. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. That's not a fence there. It's... looks like that there used to be a fence there, but there is not a fence there. Fence comes around here, connects to the side of the hangar, and then there's parking area for the firefighters. And then out of the parking area, it just comes up and connects over here. Now, coming out of here, I don't know what... There is a... Well, it's concrete up here. There is a fire lane that it's literally the width of the garage, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big bay doors plus another one, 2 on the side. We're just going to grab this, and we're just going to connect it all like that. I don't know how well the game's going to like that, but that's what this build has suddenly turned into. What's the game going to tolerate, and what's it not going to tolerate? We're going to get rid of this. We're going to go ahead and get our fence line in place. Is that even a fence line? Oh, okay. There's a fence connection here, but since we do need to have the service road up here, we will fence it off alongside that. And it just kind of follows this path. There we go. And then right over here, last thing we will get put in place today is the radar station. It kind of just lives over here. There is a road coming in. I'm not going to do road. We're just going to do this. Can't build any further over, which is okay, I guess. And nice little fence around it. And we'll go ahead and put a gate in the middle there for it. And there we've got kind of all of our GA stands in place. We've got our air traffic control tower. As soon as this is built, we'll be able to take out this guy. Real quick, we'll kind of finish by connecting you up. And there we go. So now all we need to do, in theory... Oh, this is going to wreck things. I could already feel it. We'll turn general aviation on. That flips this on. Now, we don't have fuel set up, which is going to be a problem. But that sounds like it's going to be a problem for the next episode. I'm going to go ahead and let them finish building. We do have some GA flights coming in. And we are closing on the home stretch. Just need to get the helicopter and do some final tweaks inside. I think next time we will start off with getting... Actually, we'll probably start off by getting these guys fuel first. And then going from there. Since they do need fuel up here, we might do another world connection up here. Just to get them access. But we will figure that out in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys for being here, and I look forward to seeing you guys again in Airport CEO. And as always, I hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic day.